In the northeastern part of the New Territories, Kwu Tung is a rural village comprising industrial and agricultural land uses. However, Kwu Tung North is at risk of demolition due to the controversial government plan of the Northeastern New Territories development. The idea is not new and has been developed since 1998. Former Chief Executive Tong Chi-hua suggested to turn Tai Kwu North, Fanning North, Panchi, and Tai Kwu Lane into new development areas. According to Hong Kong 2030 and Planning Vision and Strategies announced in 2007, the government claims that the plan could address the long-term housing demand and provide employment opportunities. Without a transparent public consultation, some people doubt about the reinforcement, especially indigenous villages living in those areas. Since majority of the land in the new territories land is neither owned by indigenous villages, the five claims in Hong Kong or property developers, non-indigenous villages are greatly underdeveloped from the implementation of redevelopment plan. They have been forced to move from where they live. New development areas like Kwu Tung are facing the disappearance of culture, local industries, and communities. What makes Kwu Tung distinctive is that it makes villages self-sufficient in daily living, as well as supplying to other districts in Hong Kong for a long period of time. There were various kinds of industries and shops launched in the little community, including farming, livestock rearing, manufacturing soy sauce, stores, and restaurants. Basically, the villagers were not necessary to go out of Kwu Tung to get a job and buy daily stuffs because they could work at those shops or industries and buy things from the shops in the village. However, as the step of city development keeps on, Kwu Tung is no longer self-sufficient. Many shops have been closed and everything in Kwu Tung is different from the past. In Kwu Tung, farming is one of the major industries. In 1960s, the establishment of Kwu Tung Vegetable Marketing and Credit Cooperative Society Limited provides a platform to help the farmers of the village to sell crops to Vegetable Market Organization, which is located in Changsha 1. Therefore, at that period of time, it was always vastly crowded outside the cooperative society since people actively sold their harvests. Today, although the bustling scene can't seen at all, we can still find some vintage of the selling activities. Restaurant, which has always been continued, is the only restaurant in Kwu Tung that is still running and hasn't been changed the location. It is a place that is more than a restaurant. It does not only act as a crucial role in village's life, but also embody the culture and history of Kwu Tung village. Owing to the flat terrain, broad space, and natural resources of Kwu Tung, the village is a completely suitable place for the establishment of soy sauce industry. Many well-known and historical soy sauce factories gradually rooted in Kwu Tung. The manufactured soy sauce is actually used to supply the local market. So when Kwu Tung is demolished, it will be difficult to find another appropriate and spacious location for re-establishing those factories. Besides, it may not only raise the concern of soy sauce supply, but also prompt to the worry of food safety if soy sauce manufactured from mainland is introduced to Hong Kong to meet local demands. As mentioned before, livestock rearing was another major business in Kwu Tung, but it has been diminished because of stricter and more complicated regulations of public health. Number of people who are rearing livestock have decreased significantly. Thus, that's why a number of abundant pigsties can be found in the village. Cheeky is the only one in Hong Kong that still sources wood from original wooden materials. It has been launched since 1947. Actually, the yard was first established in North Point. Nevertheless, due to urbanization of Hong Kong, it was temporarily moved to Taiwan and later on has stayed in Ma Chau Lung, the recent address of the yard. Since the location of Chi Kee Timber Yard is requisitioned in the plan of Northeast New Territories new development, Chi Kee has to move again. However, the problem is that the owner has no idea about the future of their factory and where they can move to. Is there any place in Hong Kong that is able to hold all those timbers and machines? When the government continues to scout for lands that are appropriate for the development of the city, should the government have more careful scrutiny and consideration on how to make a balance between city development and preservation of the unique culture which is vanishing? Simultaneously, is there any consultation of practical assistance proposed to help those affected or non-indigenous residents of Kwu Tung?